Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. It's Lane here with MetaShackle. Today I just wanted to go over some charts with you that I had made. This here is the total 3 market cap, and as you can see, since about 2017, the total 3 has been trending upwards within this ascending channel pattern. And right now, we've recently, as of 2024, bounced off the lower trend line, and then in this candle right here, which represents November, this was the election, to where we rallied pretty good, consolidated a little bit in the month of December, and now we're once again starting to gain some value. Now this chart definitely indicates that we have a lot of room to move upward. And from what I can see here, it's showing that by 2026, the total 3 market cap could easily triple by going to 3 trillion, maybe even quadruple by going to 4 trillion. The next chart is Solana. Solana has been forming a cup and handle pattern for about 4 years now. This is an extremely strong pattern. This is the monthly chart. And some of the things that you want to look out for is liquidity sweeps. And you can see back here in about mid-2023, there was a liquidity sweep right here sweeping all this previous sell-side liquidity, then moving upwards. Well, we also had one in 2024, being right here on this candle, sweeping all the previous sell-side liquidity. We then, in November, had a false breakout to the upside, and it's kind of hard to see, but this candle actually swept the previous high here, creating a slight liquidity sweep. This can be bullish, and it can also be bearish. So after this happened, what we saw in December is Solana consolidated downwards, and we are now starting to see it gain momentum once again and play around in this 210 to 220 area. But if you look at the chart, we barely broke out above this rim line in this false breakout, pulled down below, so we haven't even begun to realize the potential of this cup and handle pattern to this point. So there is a lot of room for upward growth. Now where it's going to stop, nobody knows. But by the standard measurement, measuring this cup from the bottom of the body of this candle to the rim line, this is the measurement that you get up to this extreme range high. Now I personally believe that we will end up somewhere in this yellow tier range between the 798 and the 2091 level. But either way, this chart looks absolutely impressive, and in my opinion, it has a lot of room for growth moving forward, especially in 2025. Now here's the Bitcoin cup and handle pattern. I was tipping people off to this pattern before it had even started to form this handle. So I've been onto this for quite some time. If you go back and you look at my TradingView charts, you can see that I was posting about the potential of this forming a handle pattern way before anybody else was talking about it. And it was blatantly obvious then. Now it seems to be pretty mainstream. A lot of people are aware of this. But the one thing that you will notice here looking at the monthly chart is that when we came up and set that first new all-time high, breaking the previous all-time highs, we basically slightly broke out, kind of similar to the Solana chart, above the rim line. We then fell back, formed this handle pattern right here, and then we broke out in the month of November, consolidated in December, the same pattern we've seen in most cryptos, and we're now starting to gain more momentum moving into January. It might be that people are waiting or anticipating the inauguration, but I think overall, if you link the right cryptocurrencies to the value of the dollar, and we know the dollar is losing its value anywhere from about 4 to 5% on a monthly basis due to inflation, that it's not going to get better anytime soon. And all that excess cash, the bad cash, is going to go after the good cash. So if you think about it, all of this inflated cash is going to be seeking safety in other places, and the right cryptocurrencies are definitely going to benefit from this. But if you look at the overall cup and handle pattern that we've seen here, we have barely gotten started. We haven't really gotten anywhere yet. And I would imagine at the very least, we're going to end up somewhere close to this median range line. And if things get really crazy, we could dip up here in the red. by 2026. But overall, this chart looks fantastic, and I do personally believe that the 4-year bull cycles that we have seen in crypto, the cycle we're currently seeing is not representative of the past cycles, other than it is very close to the 2017 cycle. But what we're seeing this year is Bitcoin just doesn't want to give up. It just doesn't want to quit. So we might very well end up seeing, for the first time, a cycle in which Bitcoin leads the market, continues to rally, and drags up all the altcoins with it, having a unified rally that goes to price levels that a lot of people could only dream of 5 to 10 years ago. So at this point, it's very hard to look at charts using that 4-year cycle premise and trying to apply it to the charts in our current state. So this forces us traders and chart readers to put on a whole new pair of glasses and start to look at these charts from a completely different perspective. One mistake that traders make the most, I see it often, and I am certainly guilty of doing it myself, is expecting the present to reflect the past. Now, it doesn't always work that way. You will see patterns that played out in the past happen in the current and in the future, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. And very often, new trends come into play that people could never have expected. And I think that's a situation that we're in right now, and I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's helped you a little bit. Do me a favor and hit the like button down below. Help me beat the YouTube algorithm and at least get more eyes on my work. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.